Guys Squad, we are back in the building and we got to talk Housewives news. We're talking Candy from, Candiace, I should say, from the Real Housewives of Potomac. Miss Dorothy, her mama, has stepped into the chat and she means business, okay? Don't mess with Mama Dorothy, okay? We're going to talk about what's going on with that. And then we're going to also talk about the big news is really that there's some casting drama going on with the Real Housewives of Atlanta right now. And then we're going to talk about also Garcelle and Lisa Rinna going at it at the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion this past Friday. Before we get into that, subscribe, send a message to the texting community. Let me know that you want to get videos sent to your phone, right to your text message, and we will do that when you text me at the number below. Now, with that being said, let's get into the news. Let's look at this. Oh, don't they look so cute together back in the day? Lisa Rinna and Garcelle Beauvais used to be such good girlfriends, such chummy girlfriends. Well, that all went out the window at the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion for this season. Now, y'all know they was already having their beef from everything that went on with Garcelle and Lisa Rinna and Denise Richards from last year, with Garcelle really coming out in support of Denise Richards after Lisa Rinna basically dragged Denise Richards through the mud, okay? Well, this season, they are getting into it for a completely different reason. Oh, yes, Hollywood Life is reporting that they went at it hardcore at the reunion. There was a lot of fighting and yelling, according to their source. Now, they're saying that Rinna and Garcelle went at it, and they went at each other hard. Apparently, theirs was one of the most dramatic moments of the reunion. There was a lot of fighting and yelling that's been brewing between them all season, and it came out. Now, the reason for this is allegedly because Lisa Rinna allegedly believes that Garcelle was bringing up the fact that Tom was still calling Erica after Erica had said it to Crystal in what is perceived to be an off-camera moment, but it was actually featured on the show. And, Lisa allegedly believes that Garcelle brought this up on purpose to get a reaction out of Erica, even though Garcelle denied doing that. Apparently, Lisa is going in on this subject at the reunion, and it is not going to be pretty. I, for one, can't wait to see it because in my mind, I am hoping upon hopes that Garcelle takes those kid gloves off that she's been playing with these ladies and really gets into it with Lisa Rinna, who has been mostly silent for most of the season with regards to any of the issues. So it's interesting to me that she's coming out swinging at the reunion now. I mean, what happened to you during the season? You're not asking the questions. You're not making anyone own it, where you're usually trying to make people own it. So what's going on with that? We'll have to wait and see. The next thing that we got to talk to you guys about is your girl, Candiace Dillard Bassett, her mom, Miss Dorothy, who I have been waiting for to grace our screens once again. Let me tell y'all something. I look forward to whatever drama Miss Dorothy is going to bring. I almost wish. Now, I know I might be in the minority on this, but I kind of wish that Miss Dorothy was actually a cast member on this show, because I feel like Miss Dorothy gets into some things and or create some type of spinoff featuring Miss Dorothy and some of her friends, because I feel like that might be good too. Anyway, let's get into it. Now, if you saw the clip from this past week's episode, you will know that Miss Dorothy is up there in the video for Drive Back with that's Candiace's single. Now, Candiace has released another single as well, and I think the album comes out next week if I'm correct, but I have to go back and double check my info on that. But anyway, we will get a snippet of them doing the video in this coming episode. And Miss Dorothy, it looked like she might be causing a little ruckus, and I'm here for it, okay? Well, it's sad that, Chris Bassett is at the subject of it, because I actually like Chris. Anyway, here we go. So in this clip from OMFG Reality TV, make sure you guys head on over there, like and share and subscribe and all that good stuff like that. They posted this clip from the teaser for this coming week's episode, in which, we see Miss Dorothy here telling Karen Huger, I didn't expect him to quit his job after he got married. Now, what I want you guys to know is that she's kind of leaned over in a whisper type of situation. Now, I don't know whether or not she is aware that the mic is still kind of going to work, that they're still going to kind of pick up what she said, because I see her, doing like this, which is usually indicative of, hey, let me whisper something in your ear so nobody else can hear you. But of course, these microphones are on. And Miss Dorothy, I don't know, being that she's not necessarily filming every day or whatever, maybe she was included in that they was going to hear it. Maybe she was, I don't know. But anyway, we see her saying that. The next thing that she has to say about Chris is that, and be a house husband. So she's saying this: I didn't expect him to quit his job after she got married and be a house husband. Now I feel, Miss Dorothy is back on the scene, causing the drama, but it's not only on the show. Miss Mama Dorothy, is setting the people straight on the Instagram too. Let's take a look. See. Now, if you head on over to the Bravo Shade Room, yes, go on ahead and because the post is over there. So they had posted a clip, that I had just told you guys about. Actually, it was an extended clip of, Candiace and her mom, getting together. And, I think it's going to probably happen at the beginning of the episode. And they're just kind of like straightening furniture. Candiace is talking about how, happy she is, but how stressed she also is to have her mom back in town. But and her mom was kind of, telling her about how to rearrange the pillows and stuff, how she does it or whatever. Y'all know how moms do. Y'all know how moms do when they come into your house and they see something ain't done right or to their like, and they're going to be like, let me show you how it's done. Let me show you how we do it. Anyway, so the people have some stuff to say. This one person said, Dorothy could never come to my home. Her bitterness is unreal. And Dorothy came in with a clap back. She said, I would not want to come to your ghetto house. I live in a mansion. Now, this is allegedly the Miss Dorothy, because I ain't, let me you got to say allegedly, because I don't want nobody to come after me, but it says her Instagram handle right here, so I'm assuming it's her. Anyway, another person said, I can't stand her mama, like she the most annoying mom ever. And Miss Dorothy clapped back and says, hey, are you speaking of me or your mother? Maybe the two of you should seek counseling. I mean, it's pages and pages of this if y'all want to go over to the Bravo Shade Room and check it out, and I encourage you to do so. Miss Mama Dorothy is saying, y'all not going to come for me and not expect me to come back for y'all. Now, let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section down below. Now, remember, this is somebody's mama, so please be as respectful as possible in your commentary about this situation, okay? But let me know what you think. Now, let's move on to the Real Housewives of Atlanta, okay? Let's get into it. Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, here is what is going on. Now, this is an exclusive from the Tamara Tattles. Please note, this is an exclusive from the Tamara Tattles. And I want to make that clear so you guys have an idea of where to go find this information in its totality. And I want you guys to also be able to check the link. The link will be down in the description down below to the article where you can actually read more about this topic. Now, I'm going to give you the sort of overview, the broad strokes, okay? And then I will let you read more into the specifics in the article down below. But basically, there's been so much going on with casting and speculations and such like that. We talked about the Kenya Moore situation. They do kind of address that in the article as well, and how, their source has given them information and intel that, Kenya is definitely on the roster, but that there is some discord about whether or not to have the 6 housewives that were originally listed, being Portia, Kenya, Marlo, Kandi, Drew, and Sheree. So there was excitement around that group at first, but now it sounds like there is some discord as to whether or not, that is going to be enough. So apparently, by the looks of things, this past seasons of OC, New York and Atlanta did not necessarily live up to the greatness and the expectations that those franchises typically do. So with that in mind, then apparently, according to the site, they are looking for one additional housewife. Now, again, there was they had actually written earlier in a report that Shamia had signed on, and there was one other person who they were waiting on, or that they could not mention at the time. So potentially 2 friends. But I'm not mad at the potential of having a seventh housewife. For me, I have always stated that 6, used to be the gold standard, right? But now I feel like 7 is really where we need to be. Now, again, when they first started off these franchises, it was 5, and 5 was fine at the time because we didn't know what to expect. But now our expectations are greater. And so we do expect to see a few more women in the mix because I just think that it makes for a better situation and more drama. And we need only look at seasons of Potomac, Salt Lake City, which is just starting. So we still have to kind of wait and see how that shakes out. But Potomac and Beverly Hills, those are great examples of shows where you have 7 full-time housewives and it's popping. It's popping. There's a lot going on. There's a lot to focus on. And everybody is playing ball in these shows. So what I want to see from Atlanta, again, all the ladies coming in and taking an active role in the filming process and in the stories and the storylines, and not relying so much on the friends to create all the drama as they have in the past 2 seasons. That's been my biggest issue with Atlanta these past 2 seasons. So, there's a lot of talk in the article also, too, about whether or not we should look to production to really get a little bit better in terms of creating, storyline arcs and working to create a better show, or if it's the casting, or if it's the, whoever is making the decisions at the network. And I think it has to be a combination of all 3. That's just my opinion, because the casting obviously has to be right. Each lady has to be in it and ready to win it and ready to bring it and really ready to really give to the show. But also production has to make the right decisions regarding casting. And they also have to, I think that they also have to, and that goes for the network too about casting, but I think they also have to really work to make the show great. I mean, the editing and the way things are done and produced on Potomac and Beverly Hills, they are just top notch. And I feel like Atlanta needs to step it up. And that's no shade to the production company in general. I just feel like they need to work harder. And again, if they need to bring in Carlos King's production company to really make this thing really pop like it needs to, I say go ahead and do that, because clearly they know what to do based on what we've seen down in Huntsville and down to the Encore and down to the Bell Collective. Okay. So that's the news for today, y'all. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell button, and I will catch you in the next video.